Hey everyone! We are now tackling the basement water problem on our own, and we got Mike out here wielding the axe. We got rid of all those banana trees that were here because through investigation, there he is working hard. Look at my man. Through investigation, we found that this whole downspout was disconnected. So we ran water in it, and we can't see where it's coming out. But we then decided, after we were digging out all these banana trees, we found another downspout, which that downspout feeds back into that downspout.
So banana trees are pushing the downspout down.
Two down.
Not the intention.
No.
Of the downspout.
No. So here we are. I got Mike working hard. I'm gonna have to find him some extra treats of chuckles or something here.
I've been eating enough candy now that
he doesn't feel guilty anymore. He can have some beers and some candy. I can
eat down 2,000 calories like nothing.
And sweat it all off. So I will keep you updated on our progress here to see if we can cure this ourselves without spending $35,000. All right, here is your wonderful update. We found the problem. Oh, sun. Let me get over here. All right. We found the problem. It was this big old drain pipe. It was actually angled opposite. It was up in the back side and down here. So we dug out all around it. And now we're trying to re-level it in hopes that we can fix our drainage without a lot of problems.
Hopes that things will work out.
Yeah, for once.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. But that's the update. We did get rid of all the banana trees. And all the roots. Yes, I did. Mike just sat back and had a snack. No, we just had an ice cream break. But seriously, look at all those roots. And here, I'll take you down to the pile of banana plants. Look at all that. So we will let you know how it keeps going, and hopefully we got it this time. You know, it's a grand day when we get our third 30-yard dumpster.
Yeah, this one's orange.
Yeah.
That's all the neighbors know that we've got it.
That this is
Yeah, we've got some piles of debris. We've got, oh gosh.
All the pine straw we've been tearing out.
This is all the
empty bags, banana roots.
All the banana roots. We've got this area all filled. We got some fill dirt in there now. Got it hopefully graded. Did you get the grade right, Angie?
I think I did.
Good.
If not, it's all my fault. But we've raised it up in all the areas where it's been like all beat down for the last, 20 years?
Yeah. It's
coming along.
We fixed the downspouts. The downspouts were disconnected.
Yeah, we made those happy.
To the drains. Again. Let's see, what else did we do?
We tore out all this. These rocks here, we tore out.
We're building a new wall here. I figured
why
there's
not?
Other rocks we found in the lawn and elsewhere.
Yep. And then we got rid of this mess of a flower bed, I think it might have been called.
We've actually rescued the Tropicanas, so that was good.
Yeah.
So we're just going to load this stuff up in the dumpster.
Again.
And then we're going to clear out.
Then we're clearing out the boathouse.
Yeah, the boathouse.
That'll be a fun thing.
Yep. That's our project for today.
Yeah. Back again in the dungeon.
Yeah. What we're doing now is we are waiting for the basement to leak, I guess.
Yeah.
We did some landscaping, of course, out in front, and actually around the whole house. We got all that finished. Well, we didn't do the landscaping. We just did some grading.
Yeah, we removed old dead landscaping so it wasn't leaching into the house.
Yeah, and around the front too. We regraded the whole front and did that. And it rained About a day and a half continuously here.
And sometimes hard.
Yep, sometimes hard. We cleaned the gutters out. We repaired the gutters. I was on the roof a couple days ago doing all that. So that was a mess. So after a day and a half of rain, all we had is just a little spot.
Oh, here, I'll get out of the way.
Right down here.
And that's it.
And that's coming in. We found out right where that's coming in.
Yeah, we'll show you that.
We'll show you that here in a little bit. But everything else in the basement
It's been really good.
dry.
Our little dehumidifier has been working wonders.
Yeah, dehumidifier is doing a great job.
Yep.
I think that was a $300 purchase.
Yep,
and
$300.
Or $300 purchase. It dried the whole basement out.
Yep.
So we can make it like an arid desert down here.
We can.
Actually, it got so dry at one point your nose would bleed when
I
you
know.
come down here.
It was way too dry.
So apparently I was going to buy the big industrial one, but
I'm
apparently
glad you
I don't
did.
need it. Well, it was a funny thing because we did get a quote
Oh, gosh, yeah.
on the water abatement for the basement. And the first guy came out and he goes, I go, what do you think we need to do? I go, don't you want to look at the outside of the house? He goes, no, the outside won't be a factor. It doesn't matter. What we do is we collect the water as it comes in through the basement, and then we pump it out. So basically, they dig a channel around the base.
Yeah,
of
about like 6 inches out down here.
And then they put a drain in, and then they put plastic on the wall, and they put a big pump. So they let the water just come in, and then they pump it out of your basement.
It was bizarre, but what do I know?
It's bizarre.
Because you ask him, like, well, isn't it going to be moist in the basement? Oh, no, you put in a couple dehumidifiers. I'm like,
I said, well, can't I just do that anyway?
Yeah, can't we
He's
just
like,
do that?
Well, you can, but you still got the water coming in. I said, well, the dehumidifiers are going to take it out if you got enough of them. I mean, if I want water coming in my basement, then I'll just keep water in my basement.
Exactly.
I mean,
We'll make a pool.
I go, I don't want the water coming into the basement.
Yeah,
I mean, can you get the water away from the basement?
That was the whole
he's
point.
like, no, that's not possible.
Work.
That's not possible. Because there's nothing you can do to stop that.
And what was his price tag again?
$35,000.
So for $300 and probably 2 days of work on the outside.
Yep. Well, they do have to chip out all this.
Well, no, I'm
They
not
have to
saying it's
cut
not
out.
a lot of work for him.
Well, yeah. And then they have to put plastic. So the guy spent 3 hours measuring the whole basement and getting it down to the last square inch.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he should have just came in and said, well, you know what? It's going to be around up $40,000 and we'll call it a day. And we would have told him
There's no
to
way.
go away.
Well, because we would fix small things first if we can handle it.
Yeah, I said that's a worst case scenario. If we do everything else and we can't get the water out of the basement, well, then
Then fine.
Then we'll go to that extreme. But the second guy now, he was a smaller company. He was a little more honest. He's like, we walked in, or he walked in, and you asked him. You said, "Is this going to be one of those big things where you put plastic and drains in the base?" He goes, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, we're not interested in doing that." And he was like, "Yeah, you can do some landscaping stuff and see if
that will work. And if you can't control an area, maybe then we come back and visit.
Yeah, and do like a small area. We could do that
area.
in a small area that you can't get the water out of. I said,
Like,
well,
that's reasonable.
I'll get the water out one way or another. If I have to dig a trench around the
He's going to have
whole...
little fire pits down here.
If I have to dig a whole moat around the house and put alligators in it, I'll keep the water from getting in here one way or another.
Yeah, it'll work.
But I think we got it so far.
So far, and that was a long rain. That was longer than the other day when it did leak. So yeah, I think this was the place back here where it was super wet, because that used to have the things.
And I don't know if
that's not wet anymore now.
No, it's
that's
not.
just discolored.
Just stained, yeah.
Because last time I touched it, you could feel the water just on my hand.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we got a good handle on it. So other than that, we
Oh yeah, look at my new area. My new tanning bed area.
You're gonna put a little tanning bed in there. We put some plastic on the ceiling to get the cobwebs and the insulation under control. We actually cleaned the floor.
With your little buffer you got off Amazon.
Yeah, we bought a buffer on Amazon for
$150.
$150. It worked out really good.
Really good.
Yeah, came with like 8 buffing pads and.
Yep, and we just used the general one and it worked good.
Yeah, so we cleaned that all up. We replaced the hot water heater.
Yep.
New sump pump, replumbed everything. And
looks all professional now. And we did disconnect the power this time when we were messing with it so no one got shocked.
And we actually put it in a nice conduit, so
it's all
so
protected
it's not
now.
going to kill anybody.
No.
Well, hopefully it's not going to kill anybody. But I think we got the basement under control. We still have the cellar doors that we have to figure out.
I have to figure out how we're going to replace that.
We just put some duct tape on them for now because that kept the water out.
It
Last
did.
time the water was pooling down at the
Yeah,
bottom of
we
that
had it
door
all over, and that
coming in.
didn't happen.
Yeah, so we avoided that this time. But the basement's looking good. It's all dried out. And
It smells a lot better.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't smell musty anymore. So I think we're
on
on the right track.
I think we are.
So this is the water problem that we're having right now. We got these steps here,
Yeah.
and the water's coming down.
Yeah, you can see where this is just really rotted out, and there's actually a hole there. Mike was testing it the other day with a hose, and at first I'm like, I don't see anything because I was expecting it to come down the wall, and all of a sudden I look inside the wall. It was like a little stream coming down. I'm like, I think we found the leak.
Yeah, it's been pouring in for quite some time. So I think what we're going to have to do is probably tear those stairs out and
think
then
so.
maybe
make them wood
replace them with wood or something.
just to make it.
I don't really like them anyway because the stones are all loose and they break apart, and
They keep trying to kill us.
yeah, they do.
To be honest,
Walking on all this stonework here, it's like
it's treacherous some days. You're like, woo.
I've got a container of thin set that I gotta go and
We'll attempt
and
to
put all these little stones back in.
Yeah.
30 years of hard use, apparently.
Yeah, here, let me go grab our door.
So for our next fun, what we've done is we came in here to the servants' quarters, as we'll call them,
Yeah. Or the
and we
doghouse.
started tearing everything out. So
Look
we
at these muscles I got from ripping all that out.
and took out all the cabinets.
I wish.
They had all the wiring stapled into the cabinets.
It was not good. We thought it would be really easy because a lot of cabinets, all you do is you take out a few screws and you can pull them out. Oh no, this was.
Yeah, this one I had to remove all the wires, all the electrical wires,
and
everything
you can
else.
see here, you still got the wood here that's around the pipes yet, so we have to.
Yeah, the pipes come through the floor.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to cut them off at this point, but we removed all the wood around there.
And I attempt working on these spiral staircase, and it was just junky plywood, not
The
nice.
plywood, yeah. So we have to find something to do with that.
Well,
we
the
also-
bathroom, this was fun.
We also went and tacked the bathroom.
I didn't attack.
Not what we wanted to do.
No, we were thinking it would be easy. Take out a sink, take
Yeah.
out the light fixture, voila.
The drywall ended up to be pretty soft in here, and
It crumbled everywhere.
yeah, the shower was behind it anyway, so we had to either cut it out, and we just said let's just remove the insulation, and replumb
Some fresh in
everything.
it. That will help the smell too, I'm sure.
And then we found in the tile work, they rather than just removing the toilet, they cut the tile around the toilet, which I would think is a lot more work than just pulling the toilet up and putting the
And now
tile
those are
underneath.
really nice edges they cut on
Yeah,
that
they
tile.
were
I'm just
actually.
saying.
They did a really good job because it was right on. But
Oh, yeah.
then we pulled the fan off
Oh my
here.
gosh. Look at how much fun you'd
And,
have going to the bathroom and here
We
showering.
have filled with mud wasps,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Yeah.
Just packed. It's just packed
It's
in
packed.
there.
I'm afraid. I couldn't imagine being the person in here using the restroom and turning on the fan, and all of a sudden you get chased out of here with no pants on.
Well, I was wondering why the fan didn't work, and now I know.
We know.
The
Luckily it didn't.
other thing we did,
yes.
we had just a grand time here.
Oh yeah. Once again.
We
outside bonus.
took the water heater out. It was in this little cubby here.
It was shoehorned in there. I would say.
Yeah. So we cut the pipes, unhooked it. It was still on, filled with water, and so we.
You tossed it out because you couldn't get it any other way.
I couldn't get it to drain, so I just kind of rolled it out and punched a couple holes in it, let it drain. What came out of it looked like oatmeal.
It still has.
So
some,
I
you can
grabbed
see
a.
it dripping all over
Yeah,
the bacteria.
I grabbed a bowl and had a little breakfast while I waited for it to drain.
Boy, this tastes better than Angie's cooking.
Yeah, I know. It was too. A little cinnamon, a little sugar on that.
Yeah.
That's the water heater right there.
You did dent it a little bit more here.
Yeah, it looks like it was in a battle and lost.
It lost.
It did lose. Well, so we got that. That's just waiting for another dumpster. We've got to get another dumpster in that.
The third 30-yard dumpster with all the banana trees we cut out and this
pine needles.
Pine needles.
We had about 500 pounds of pine needles that we put in there. We still didn't even have half of them because of these gigantic pine trees.
Treacherous pine trees. They gotta leave.
We have pine needles stacked up like knee height over there, and Saki's not having a good day over there. And then we have to find this. This is not going to be fun.
Oh,
but
that's right.
The guest house has a sewage ejection pump. So apparently the sewage tank the septic tank is below the house.
Or now, is it a separate one, or does it get pumped to the main one?
No, I'm sure it gets pumped up to the main one.
Okay.
All I saw is the breaker on the breaker box, and it said septic ejection pump, and I was like, oh no. Now I got to deal with that. So as far as I can figure out, there's this plug here, and I'll bet you it's a plug going down into this.
And here's a little thing there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe
I'm thinking it's down underneath all these bricks here.
Yeah.
And
fun tear out day.
Angie's going to tear that out. I don't want anything to do with it. I might hire somebody to come in and do that.
Well, we could maybe find because they might know. They're like, yeah, they place it here, here, and here. I don't know.
If anyone out there wants to volunteer, I'll let you stay in the guest house while you do it. It won't be much of a bed, but the plywood's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it is. It smells better.
The other thing we did today is we got a quote on new windows for our house.
Right.
Second quote. We were just getting some quotes because we have about 30, 35, 36 windows that need to be replaced. They're rotting out. The seals are broken. Various issues. They replaced about half of these windows in the house, the big ones.
Someone did, yeah.
Someone did. But we still have to get replacements. So we had the Anderson window guy come in and give us a quote. Well,
guess a number.
It made the basement guy look like small potatoes.
Oh, he did. I'm like, basement guy. I got that.
They're just trying to outbid everybody. The guy walked into the door and he told the basement guy, he's like, here, hold my beer.
Because hold up, I got numbers.
The final price on that with the discounts was $73,000.
Yeah, without discounts, it was
$109,000. So I said, well, we'll pass it. The last quote we got was $25,000.
Yep, and we thought that was a little low, but
and that was worst case scenario, $25,000.
Yep.
Granted, they weren't Anderson windows, but I don't know what kind they were, but they weren't wood.
Yeah.
So, as I'm watching Saki over there dig a hole for the 10th time in my yard over there.
Yeah, look at him. He's so nice.
He's got. That's the other problem is the dog is digging holes like crazy. He acts like a Siberian Husky, and then he doesn't even care.
No.
He just.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here and dig up my grass.
Yeah.
That dog.
So that's the other thing is we've got some wood rotting around these things here. I think we mentioned that before, but we found a couple more, and we were digging into that yesterday.
They were so wet. The wood was so wet it just oozed water.
Yeah,
it rained.
you could squeeze the water out of the wood. We were just pulling big chunks and just squeezing the water out.
It was.
And so I think we're going to tear that whole thing off and maybe put an aluminum frame,
and maybe with
cage
like
in there.
Cage where we can have some sunshine in there.
Yeah, that'll be a project for another day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we are packing up and we're heading down to Florida because we have to empty out a couple storage units.
And we need all our tools to finish our renos here.
Yeah, we got 2 storage units filled with tools, so I think we're gonna get those, and hopefully we won't have any problem getting them back up here. The hurricane has subsided a bit down there, all the activity from that, so I think we can make it down there without a problem.
Enough.
So that's our project for tomorrow, and the rest of the week probably.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date on that.
Yeah, then we'll come back here and see what else will
what fresh hell awaits.
befall us. Yes.